Muslim world talk a lot of violent talk on their own bodies, the way Muslims act.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, pretty weird. Assalamu alaikum, what's going on everybody? I'm not sure where to start with this, so let's start at the beginning. Joy Reid is an MSNBC correspondent, political commentator, and apparently full-time obsessed individual with Islam. So let's see her inspiring work.
And leaders, let's say in the Muslim world, talk a lot of violent talk and encourage their supporters to be willing to commit violence, including on their own bodies, in order to win against whoever they decide is the enemy. We in the U.S. media describe that as they are radicalizing those people, particularly when they're radicalizing young people. That's how we talk about the way Muslims act. When you see what Donald Trump is doing, is that any different?
Okay, so for someone named Joy, you seem to bring very little of it to your surroundings. Let's ask the million-dollar question. Which Muslim leaders, which leaders of nations are saying this? Who are these people going around inspiring their followers, their people, to go and inflict harm on themselves and others? I repeat, which leader of which Muslim majority country has asked, nay, encouraged their people to go around inflicting harm on their bodies and other people? Not fringe groups, not radical groups. Which leaders of nations? Please be specific. Okay then, let's ask a non-Muslim, non-religious individual. Hey, Jimmy Dore, let me know what you think.
First of all, I like how she doubled down and said Muslims twice. She didn't just say it once. Muslims do violent stuff. I can't think of any other group of people around the world where some members who identify with that group do violent things, so Muslims. Let's just pick Muslims. Muslim, Muslim, Muslim. Islamophobia at the top, delusional statements about Trump at the bottom. This is your progressive network, folks. I like this tweet. This isn't even subtle. It's blatant Islamophobia by Joy Reid. Joy Reid first just throws out Muslim leaders encouraging their followers to use their bodies to inflict violence. Which leaders? Then compares how Muslims act to American white nationalist radicalization.
Thanks, Jimmy. In other news, Joy Reid also has written some blogs in the not-so-distant past that have suddenly resurfaced. And, well, they have a combination of homophobic and Islamophobic comments.
Oh, by the way, Reid also has in the past written anti-LGBT blogs, and I shit you not, promoted Alex Jones.
Personally, I won't just hold something someone wrote years ago against them, depending on their stance today, but seeing where Joy Reid is today, I think it's fair to judge her based on what she wrote in the past. And what's even worse, her excuse.
Joy Reid has previously claimed her blog was hacked and that she was unaware that anti-gay comments had been inserted under her name long after she had stopped writing it. Blame bath salts or something. Say you were drunk. Even the dog ate my decency. But I didn't write that?
I like the part where it says, I genuinely wrote those hateful things. That doesn't sound like me.
Oh, so the anti-gay parts were just mysteriously added. But the Muslim parts, they were already there. Psh, nobody cares.
But wait! There's more!
Joy Reid apologizes after more controversial blog posts surface. She says, the only reason that a world war between civilizations, this is what she has not already broken out, is that the vast majority of Muslims living in the world today are so desperately poor they have time, energy, and resources for only the occasional burst of AK-47 fire into the air from the garbage and sewage-laden streets outside of their mud huts.
What? Has Joy ever heard of any Muslim majority country? Guys, it can't just be me, I don't even know. It can't just be me who's confused right now. Excuse me, Joy, have you ever heard of these countries? You know, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, Sudan, Pakistan. The list goes on, Joy. There are more countries. It's quite worrisome that she's someone who hates Trump and pretends to despise Trump. Meanwhile, the whole time, she's spewing the same rhetoric as Trump and sounds exactly like him.
I apologize for using this word here, but this is a quote from the president. Why are we having all these people from shithole countries come here? Trump said, this is in the Washington Post, according to these people who are in the meeting, referring to African countries and Haiti.
Birds of a feather. And I mean, let me give her this. Sure, there are places in Muslim majority countries whereby there are richer areas and there are poorer areas, just like every other place in the world, including, you guessed it, Joy, the United States of America. But of course you would know that if you have an ounce of sincerity, or at the very least looked over or just through your $1 million salary. But to generalize that approximately 2 billion Muslims worldwide are so badly poor that that's the only reason that they can't muster up the energy to kill us all. To say that is beyond ignorance. That is arrogance. That is hate speech. And that, quite frankly, is stupid. And to be honest, I think some Muslim majority countries have the exact opposite problem. Is that they have so much riches and so much wealth that they have forgotten about basic Islamic teachings such as basic humanity. That's something we can talk about, and that's a conversation for another day.
Raza Aslan says, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Yes, Reza Aslan to the rescue.
This Raza Aslan guy, come on. What the hell is wrong with you people? Joyanne Reid obviously meant right-wing kids are being radicalized by Trumpism the same way young Muslims have been radicalized by jihadism. That is a fact.
Wait, I think I misunderstood. What?
Well, it's weird that she didn't just say that then. And why couldn't she have given another example of extremism? Because there are plenty.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird that Joy Reid would write all of this about Muslims being outrageously poor and living in sewers and mud huts and shooting AK-47s. Apparently this is me shooting AK-47s. I mean, I wouldn't know. I never shot an AK-47. But Joy Reid doesn't know that. She said all of this. But what she actually meant, if you read in between the lines and the fine print, which was in white on fully white paper, what she actually meant was something else.
Isn't that weird?
Very weird indeed.
MSNBC's Joy Reid compares President Trump's supporters to Muslim terrorists, and even those on the left are destroying her for Islamophobia. That's from The Blaze. Trump retweets it. Like Fredo at Fake News CNN, the very untalented Joy Reid should be fired for this horrible use of the words Muslim terrorists. Such xenophobia and racism on MSDNC. Anyone else would be gone, and fast. What? You know, when your hacked blogs are so bad, even Donald Trump feels like he can call you out.
Anyways, I'll leave you with this. I just wanted to bring this to people's attention. Do not accept the constant vilifying and generalizing of Muslims. Whether it's as terrorists, as bloodthirsty criminals, or outrageously poor people living in sewers and mud huts. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to point it out. And don't be afraid to contact those newspaper agencies or media outlets that spew this hate and misinformation. We need to hold them accountable. If they are not afraid to spread misinformation and hate towards Muslims, then we should not be afraid to stand up to it. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and share this video. Support me by subscribing to my channel. And until next time, I'm that Muslim guy. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you.